Hello everybody, welcome back to this week's video. I do hope you guys are having a wonderful week. As in this week's video, we will be ranking all of the Blue Rangers from Power Rangers, from Billy to Ollie. That's his name. Anyway, let's get on into it. Okay, so to start things out, we are going to obviously be ranking Billy. Now, Billy, hold on, let's get rid of that, there we go. Obviously, Billy, I would put him at probably A tier. He was kind of like, at the start, Blue Rangers were supposed to be like the smart guy on the team. But later on, it kind of shifted, well, kind of. It just depends, like if you look at Noah, you know, he's the smart guy, but then you got Coda, the very next person, who is not the smart one on the team. And then you got, like, you know, it just depends. But I think he's an overall, yeah, I'd say A tier, because he starts out, you know, he's a nerd, doesn't got anything really going on for him, and then he just works his way up, and I think that's really cool. Underdog story. Now, of course, Sestro next. I think I wouldn't consider him an A tier, because I'd consider B tier, because he's really just a copy paste of Billy. He's the smart one. I guess he's not like the nerdy, like he's not nerdy, like, but I mean, he's like still like the smart guy and stuff. And then next is Rocky. I'd put him probably next to Sestro. No, he's not better than Sestro. You know, it's just kind of like, he's just doesn't really, he's a good Blue Ranger. He's second in command Blue Ranger, but you know, he just doesn't really, like, he's very different from the previous two, but he doesn't really scream to me. Like, when I think of Rocky, I think of his time as the Red Ranger in Mighty Morphin, not Zeo. In fact, the two times he's returned has been for Mighty Morphin Red. Next is Justin. I would say, if I were going by like what everybody else thinks, he'd be dropped right down to D tier. But personally, I think he's up there with Billy. He's kind of the same thing as like Rocky, but he actually is like kind of the smart one of the group, and he's the only one that stays when they do or change out everybody. But you know, I don't know, something about him. And then we have Blue Centurion. I know he's technically not a Blue Ranger, but I put him on here because Blue Centurion, love him, S tier. Next is TJ. He is the second Blue Ranger to be a former Red Ranger. I love TJ. I'd probably put him here, above Billy and Justin, but not quite S tier. You know what, actually, S tier, yeah. He's in space, great season. I will forever love that season. He's like such a, because of experience as leader, he makes such a great second in command. And when Andros is gone, he takes the leadership role, which is just really cool. Next up, we've got Kai from Lost Galaxy. I gotta admit, Lost Galaxy, not my favorite season. Probably gonna put him C tier. I just kind of feel like he's too hard on Leo at the beginning, and then he just kind of, I feel like at the end, like, he just kind of fades into the background. Like, he doesn't really have that many focus episodes. There's that one where he falls in love with that girl, I forget her name, but that's the only focus episode I can remember from him, besides the one he shared with Leo. Next is Chad from Lightspeed Rescue. I like Chad. You know, he's kind of like got that thing going on with Kelsey, but I think he's pretty good overall. A tier, probably a little better than Justin. Next up, we have Lucas from Power Rangers Time Force. I'm really impressed. I remembered all these people's names. Lucas, he's kind of similar to Chad, but he's more that cool kind of person, which kind of puts him a little above Justin, but not. I don't like him as much as Chad. He's kind of sometimes got that like annoying cool person thing sometimes. Next up, we have Max from Wild Force. I love Max. He has that kind of personality. He's best friends with Danny. He just gives off that like, I just love it. I don't know how to describe it. Next is Tori, our first female Blue Ranger. I gotta say, I don't know. I put her in S tier, to be honest. But then, she kind of has that thing where she didn't think Power Rangers were real. So we put her there. I'd say, no. Yeah, there. That seems right. Next up is not really a Blue Ranger. He's the Navy Ranger. But we have Blake from Ninja Storm again. I'd put Blake probably next to Tori, to be honest. He's just, they got the thing going on. And I think that's cool. The romance they have. And I feel like he goes really well with Tori, with Dustin, with Hunter, and with Cam. Really, I think him and Shane are really the only ones without chemistry. But besides that, I think they all kind of go together really well. Next is Ethan. He is, I believe, the first one to go back to be that like nerdy Blue Ranger. Which I like those Blue Rangers, but he's probably gonna go down here with Sestro, Rocky. Not the best, but still in the middle tier. Next is Sky. I will say something before I rank Sky. I know I probably should have put Bridge, but he's barely seen as a Red Ranger or Blue Ranger, so he's more seen as a Red Ranger than Blue Ranger, so I didn't put him on here. He would probably go. I would put him towards the front, but I just feel like that need for being the Red Ranger kind of bumps him down to being towards Justin. Next is, I believe her name is Maddie. Yeah, because Vita is pink, Maddie is blue. Okay, yeah. I haven't watched Mr. Force in a while. I should probably rewatch it, but she'll probably go, I don't know, here. Yeah, there. Yeah, don't have much to say about Maddie. Can't really remember much about her, but from what I do remember, kind of feels right. Next is Dax from Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. Dax, he gets a lot of hate, but I think some people forget this isn't a serious show. But he does kind of have those annoying bits, so he's going low B tier. Next is Theo from Jungle Fury. I recently rewatched Jungle Fury, and I gotta say, it's pretty good. If you haven't rewatched Jungle Fury in a while, go rewatch it. It was like way better than I thought. But Theo, there. It feels too high. Yeah, I'm right about there. Not much to say about Theo. Probably main thing, I love his romance with Lily. Although, it doesn't really go anywhere till like the finale. But there are a couple episodes where he's like jealous of people and stuff. So yeah. Next is the Jungle Fury Shark Ranger. I can't for the life of me remember his name. I know it's the Shark Ranger, Shark Spirit Ranger. He doesn't really have that much personality, but it's kind of cool, so I'll put him there. Maybe. You know what? We'll put him right in front of Theo. Next is Flynn. A lot of you, I remember, might know him from that one Power Rangers meme from RPM, like, where Chennai is like, red is the leader, yellow is the girl, black is the cool one, green is the funny one. What are you? Kicks her away and says, I'm Scottish. Which I love. I love that meme. my friends often send me that because they know I like Power Rangers. I put him here. I bumped him up because of he has that kind of same thing as Blake. Like he goes really well with everybody. He goes well with Scott. He goes well with Gemma. Not really well with Jem. Goes well with Dylan, Ziggy, all of them. No wait. I think I said he went well with Jem. I meant Gemma. He goes well with Gemma, not Jem. I think is the right word. Goes well with Silver, not Gold. I'm just gonna say that, just so you know what I'm talking about. Next is Kevin. Kevin actually is one of the few. I believe is one of the few who like really differentiates from his different. Well, not too much, but like he's pretty different from his Sentai counterpart in the way that he actually does. Like he's not like obsessed with the whole with like his leader and stuff. He's obsessed with the whole samurai thing, but he's not like my lord and stuff. But that's something they changed the script anyway. But anyway, I'd probably put Kevin in a high B tier. I like the whole thing where he's loyal to Lauren when like everybody else is kind of like like they all leave and then Kevin's the only one to stay, which is kind of cool. But next up is Noah, my brother. I didn't put Super Mega Force on here or any of like the ones from the Super seasons or season 2 because I just kind of felt that was stupid to rank them twice. So yeah, we'll put Noah. Once again, he goes back to the nerd stereotype. Put him maybe there. There. Right next to Kevin. I probably, the reason I put him there is because he has some great episodes. Like I think it's every third episode. Like the third episode of Megaforce and Super Megaforce both focus on Noah. Which is kind of cool. I believe in Dino Charge, it's the 4th episode that focuses on Coda both times. Something like that. I put him there because he's cool. I really don't remember. Like I feel like is one of the few that doesn't really have any growth that much. Like with Billy, it was like, oh, he's the nerdy kid, and now he has confidence and stuff. They try to display that, but then there's just these times where they also display the fact that he's like a know-it-all and is confident in saying what he thinks. So it's kind of like, anyway. Next up is Coda. Coda, he's a good, right there. Maybe a little lower. He's Coda. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Next is Preston Tien. Don't know if you know that about him. His last name is Tien. So if you say his full name, Preston Tien. Preston Tien, pretty much. Preston, I love Ninja Steel. So that's where he's going. Next up is Ravi. Grid Battle Force Blue Ranger. I think it's his title. He goes probably there, I'd say. Yeah. I like the whole thing where he has a secret thing that he loves art. But then at the same time, it's like, weighs it down that he feels the need to keep it from his mother. And then they have this big reveal, and his mother's like, okay. Cool. Well, she is mad, but then she kind of just forgives him. But our final Blue Ranger is Ollie Akana. Ollie, honestly, I might put down here with Kai. He gets on he got on my nerves sometime when watching Dino Fury. I rewatched Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury a few months ago. Got on my nerves a little bit. And then I never supported the relationship that much of Amelia and Ollie when it first came out. It grew on me, but still kind of a little bit still mad about that. Like, really did they have to like get together? Like, I remember I watched Dino Fury episode 1. I knew from the start they were gonna get together. In Power Rangers, it's always if like the Pink Ranger and like the Blue or Red Rangers don't get off on their break foot, they're gonna get together. Okay? That's something you know for sure. But anyway, this is my ranking of the all the Blue Rangers from Power Rangers. I thought about it while I was recording to put Ninjor up here. I just decided against it. I figured, meh. I only put Blue Centurion up here so I could put him in S tier. Ninjor probably would have put somewhere in high B tier, low A tier. But anyway, sorry about my voice. Puberty sucks when you're making videos. I pushed through it though. But anyway, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week. Next week, I will say, is a short video. I've already made it. It's a short video because I'll be out of town. And I don't want to have to create. I want a video for you guys, but I don't want to have to create a really long form one in twice in 1 week. So that's all for this week. Or that's all for next week. But I do think you guys will enjoy it. And I will see you guys then. Bye.